Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? I'm just enjoying my afternoon again out in this gorgeous weather, a bit of a breeze. So, have a question for you, as I usually do when I start my little conversations with you. When you have a difficult day, when you're not really feeling good, or you get some really bad news that upsets you, how do you respond to that? How do you interpret that? Do you just eat something, go shopping, go to the movies, drink something, just kind of put it out of your head and forget about it and just continue on with your day? When things like that hit you, and everybody knows with the stressful times that we live in, then it's kind of easy for us to hear things and experience things that can throw us off center. But what I've found that I want to share with you of what helps when that happens is how you interpret it, how you look at it and decipher thoughts or meaning from it, which can then help you get through it easier. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. So just to give you an example of that, there was a time several years ago when I was in school and a lot of things just hit me from all different angles, and it felt like literally the carpet was pulled out from underneath me. Everything that I thought I knew, everything of how I'd been raised and what I'd been taught to believe, ultimately all of that changed. And it may not be a big drastic thing like that for you, but when you do have challenging things, then the way you approach it makes a big difference as to how easy it is for you to get through it. And what I found is that when we can look at the difficult things, difficult experiences like that as an invitation to develop spiritually and wake up, that's really ultimately what those hard times are about. That's why we have them, is to jar us, to get us to really reevaluate things of what we're doing and how we're living, rather than just continuing on with the day-to-day experience, the day-to-day obligations and schedule, and not really thinking about what you're doing. Difficult times are an invitation for you to become more conscious. And when we have those times, then our body's going to respond to them, because our body is conscious too. Have you been taught, or do you feel like there's this attitude, especially in the medical world, that informs us that the body is just more like a car or a machine, kind of like an inanimate object, that you just go to the doctor every so many miles and so he can kick the tires and change the oil and give you some drugs and then you're good to go? Well, my experience in working with the body for many, many years, through body work, through nutrition, through energy healing, is that's really not a very good way to approach taking care of your body or even interpreting what your body is about. Because your body, as I said, is conscious. All of the cells, all of the bacteria in our body are conscious. And there's intelligence there. They know what they're doing and how they're functioning. And they're also responding to all of that stimulus in our environment, all the different experiences that we have. Our body responds to that. And it also imprints and holds difficult feelings, trauma, hard times. The body carries memory of that. And so when we have more hard times than the previous hard times that we've not really fully processed, they're stored in the body. That stuff gets activated and stirred up too. So that's one of the reasons why things can be so difficult. So what I want to suggest to you is, when you have hard days, rather than wanting to tune out and run away or go shopping or go eating and drinking just to forget and numb out, actually take some time and tune into your body. Bring your attention inward to yourself and actually discover what your body is feeling. What are you feeling? What's the emotion? And if you need to just write it down or talk about it with somebody, then do it. But just acknowledge the experiences that you're having rather than running away from them. And when you do that, then you can open up other doors within yourself to discover how you've been thinking, which influences how you act. And oftentimes, when you start really delving into that, it's called your inner work, then you start to recognize, I've been doing this thing, this pattern, this behavior. I've been responding to my life, to the people in my life in this certain way that has been driven by a belief I've had about myself that's not really positive and not really loving. And so if I switch my belief about myself in this instance, that would change how I responded to people. Therefore, my experience is going to be different. So ultimately, when we have hard times and challenges in our life, it's an invitation to look at those things of how you're living your life. What are you thinking? What are you believing? How are you relating to people? What are you creating? What are you contributing to the situation that has generated so much anguish for you? And once you can see that, you can change it rather than feeling like life is just hitting you or just happening to you. Rather than feeling like a victim, you can say, wow, this is what I contributed. So therefore, I can change that. And over time, my experiences will change too. So that's ultimately what hard times are there to teach you, so that you can do things differently to have a more pleasant experience. And one of the things that I share with people in this regard is in terms of how you eat, how you care for your body, because that also registers or shows a lot of the different experiences that we have. When we're having a hard time, then how often do you go reach for sugary stuff or emotionally eat? Go for the ice cream or the pastries or the sugar, the candies, the chocolate. All of that is just a cover-up, ultimately, for emotions that we don't want to feel. And hello, Sharon. Thanks for tuning in. The more you're willing to look underneath the layer of sugar and look underneath and question the emotional eating patterns, then that really can open up a great deal of self-exploration, self-healing, self-growth, and discovery, as well as an appreciation of your body and what it does, how it functions, so that you can then treat yourself in a much more loving way by not reaching for the sugary comfort foods that really wreak havoc in your digestive system and in your body. So if you'd like to know more a little bit about that and how you can stop doing so much emotional eating, if you find that that's something that you deal with, if you'd like to switch that around and not be so much in the same pattern and of reacting to things in your life, then check out the PDF cheat sheet that I made of the 5 different factors that I discovered about how to get off sugar and how to get over sugar cravings, because I had that for quite a bit. I had, for a long time, had a lot of emotional eating patterns, and I would go for the sugar, the cakes, the ice cream, the chocolate, and I had to learn how to do something different to improve my digestion, to improve my health. After a while, my digestive tract said, no, this isn't working for me anymore, so you've got to stop eating these foods. And so I've had to learn how to do things differently. So if you're in a similar place where you're recognizing that you need to do something different with how you eat, how you respond to your life, how you deal with your emotions, then ask me for this cheat sheet. Hello, Laura. This all about the 5 factors of how to get beyond sugar cravings, and I'm happy to get it to you. So that's just something that I offer people as an introduction to conversations with me about how you can shift things around, improve how you care for yourself, improve how your digestive system works, and improve your overall happiness and quality of life. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Again, if you want to get that cheat sheet from me, then just drop a note below in the comments and I'm happy to get it to you. Okay? So I hope you're having a great day, everyone, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.